स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ।
Thank you for that serene and uplifting beginning. It is now my privilege to invite Swami Mahadevananda Maharaj to deliver the welcome address and set the tone for this camp. Over to you, Maharaj.
Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swami Netapaharine. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். குட் மார்னிங் எவ்ரி ஒன். இன்னும் நல்லா சத்தமாக சொல்ல இல்லையா? குட் மார்னிங். இன்னும் சத்தமாக சொல்ல இல்லையா? ஓ, டிஃபன் சாப்பிடல. எனிவே, தட் இஸ் அரேஞ்ச், டோன்ட் வரி. ஃபைன். ஸோ before introducing about the summer camp, I first welcome heartily the chief guest of the today's function, that is Major Madan Kumar ji. We heartily welcome you for this summer camp, sir. And the next, our Swami Raghunayakanand ji Maharaj, who is manager of Sri Ramakrishna Math, Mylapore, Chennai. We welcome Maharaj to this function. I welcome heartily the parents who have chosen to place their ward in this summer camp, and they are expecting something and will surely satisfy the same expectations. So to them I welcome for this function heartily. And then the beloved, the stars of this summer camp, the children, I welcome you very heartily, and I welcome one and all here. So தெய்வ திருமோரோட அருளால் we are doing this summer camp for many years, and we have seen the impact. So what is this samskara? ஒரு சிலர் ஏற்கனவே நம்ம கேம்புக்கு வந்திருக்கலாம். And I just want to tell you that what is samskara. நம்ம என்னென்ன பார்த்துட்ருக்குறோமோ, கேட்டுட்ருக்குறோமோ, இல்லை நம்ம செயல் செஞ்சிட்ருக்குறோமோ அனைத்தும், everything will be immediately imprinted in our minds, conscious. அந்த ஒரு பிளாக்ல it will get an imprint, and by that, whether you like it or not, that imprint samskara, இது அங்கே அதுக்கு தான் சம்ஸ்காரம் சொல்கிறோம். The imprint of that will make you to do it again and again. For example, யாரெல்லாம் இங்கே வந்து ஜாமுன் சாப்பிடல, குலாப் ஜாமுன் கை தூக்குங்க. இது வரைக்கும் சாப்பிட்டதே இல்லையா? ஒரு முறையாவது? ஸோ எல்லோரும் சாப்பிட்ருக்கீங்க. நான் சொன்ன உடனே எல்லாருக்கும் ஜாமுன் கண்ணு முன்னாடி வந்துருச்சா உங்களுக்கு? டு யூ எக்ரி? எஸ் ஆர் நோ? இது எங்கேருந்து வந்துடுது? வெறும் பேர் கேட்ட உடனே, அந்த வார்த்தை கேட்ட உடனே உங்கள் கண்ணு முன்னாடி வர்றதா? It may not be directly, but you saw it somewhere. அது ரவுண்ட் ஷேப் தான் இருக்கும், அது இது கலர் தான் இருக்கும்னு சொல்லி. How it came? So this is called as imprinting that one activity. Any activity of yours will leave an impression on our mind. ஸோ இதே தான் ரொம்ப சூக்ஷ்மமான விஷயம். ஸோ இப்போ நம்ம இந்த சம்மர் கேம்பில் என்ன கற்றுக்க போகிறோம்? why this summer camp is arranged for you, especially the youngsters who will be the next generation. அவங்க தான் எல்லாம் பார்க்க போகிறாங்க. So the parents know that they want you to be the good citizens of the nation, and they want you to be the very good child of the family, and then succeedingly you will be the good student at your school, and succeedingly you will be good citizen of the nation or the world also. Why you want to be good? இப்போ தான் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொன்னேன், அது குலாப் ஜாமுன். ஸோ இப்போ நான் அதே வந்து ரிவர்ஸில் பார்க்கும்போது ஏதோ ஒரு கெட்ட வார்த்தை, யாருக்கு தெரியாது? இது கெட்டது இது நல்லதுன்னு நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும், நிறைய விஷயம் தெரியும். பட் ஸ்டில் that one thing will make you to do it again and again and again. Understood? அந்த ஒரு repeatedness, that repeat action of anything will build your character. ஸோ இவர் இப்படி தான் பேசுவார், இவர் இப்படி தான் இருக்கிறாரு, இவர் இப்படி தான் நடப்பார், இப்படி எல்லாம் நீங்கள் சொல்லும்போது பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ரிப்பீட்டட் ஆக்ஷன். ஸோ இந்த ஒரு சம்மர் கேம்பில் நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்தையும் அறிமுகப்படுத்த போகிறோம். வாட் இஸ் குட் ஃபார் யூ, வாட் இஸ் நாட் குட் ஃபார் யூ, அண்ட் ஸ்பெஷலி வி ஆர் ஃபோக்கஸிங் ஆன் யுவர் ஓவரால் டெவலப்மெண்ட். அது கேட்டகரிஸ் மட்டுமே சொன்னால் இட் வில் பி லைக் ஃபிசிக்கல் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் ஆர் தேர் ஃபார் யூ, some different games are there for you, okay, and physical activities and mental activities as well as spiritual activities, all three are there for you, and as well as some intellectual activities are also there in this summer camp, by which we need you to be the good citizens over the years. So for which whole of the setup has been done, and by the parent support it will be surely done, and I am very sure that parents will come to the different sessions when they are invited, because they also need some inputs. Parenting patiye nama oru sila idilaye on Sundays we have kept those sessions. Please attend, and those things you need to know for the development of your own world. So for which we request you now itself, we invite you now itself, that on those Sundays please come, and you will come to know what is the greatness of your parents. Okay, that different sessions are there, and apart from that you will come to know many more things which I will keep it as suspense as of now. So in short, samskara is nothing but to develop myself with a good character. Purinjada? Okay, so to this wonderful camp I invite you, and I welcome you all. So let us be ready for the next sessions, which are very thrilling to you and very encouraging for you and inspirational for you. Thank you. Jai Ram Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your warm and inspiring words. We now come to a very important segment of today's program. We are honored to have with us today Major Madan Kumar, a distinguished officer, dynamic leader, and multifaceted personality whose life reflects service, strategy, and social commitment. Major Madan Kumar has rendered exemplary service in the Indian Army, notably with the elite Rashtriya Rifles, Delta Force, where he was actively involved in counter-terrorism operations. His courage and dedication to the nation have earned him several prestigious recognitions, including the Operation Rakshak Medal, Sainya Seva Medal, High Altitude Medal, and the Army Commander's Commendation. Beyond his military accomplishments, he is widely respected as a strategist and geopolitical analyst. He has also emerged as a digital pioneer, being the first Tamil creator to report from the Gaza border, bringing global conflict perspectives to a wider audience. In the corporate world, Major Madan Kumar has held senior leadership roles in supply chain management with the leading multinational companies such as Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Nestle, and Mars. His expertise spans operations, leadership, and organizational strategy. An entrepreneur at heart, he successfully leads ventures in turnkey civil engineering and sustainable organic farming, contributing to both infrastructure development and environmental responsibility. He is deeply involved in nation-building initiatives, serving as Vice President of SIKBS, General Secretary of Youth for Nation, Executive Member of the OTS Alumni Association, and Senior Fellow at DRAS.in. He is also the founder of Dream of Defense and Armor of Care, initiatives focused on youth inspiration and social welfare. A committed volunteer, he has also actively participated in relief and service efforts during the Gujarat earthquake, Operation Sadbhavana, and the COVID-19 pandemic, reflecting his unwavering spirit of service. His contributions also extend to media and public engagement. He has appeared in a feature cameo in the 2024 film Vidudalai 2. He is a sought-after keynote speaker on conflict analysis, leadership, and career strategy, and contributes as a columnist to major publications. Major Madan Kumar truly embodies the ideals of a soldier, thinker, leader, and change maker. His journey is an inspiration, especially to the youth aspiring to serve the nation with purpose and excellence. It is my honor to invite our chief guest, Major Madan Kumar, who will address us on the thought-provoking topic, From Today's Challenges to Tomorrow's India, the Role of the Youth in Nation Building. Sir, we are eager to hear your insights. May I request you to kindly address the gathering? Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Jai Hind. I know none of you would have had breakfast, so am I. So let's say Jai Hind with a pride. I need some energy. I'm a strong extrovert. I derive my energy from you all. Jai Hind. Thank you. So it's a blessed day for me. Thank you, Swamiji, for inviting me here. And it's always very special to be in this particular place. I committed for this event for the sake of one thing. I'm meeting the youth, the future of the country. And obviously, the parents who are here, who kind of not chosen holiday on a weekend and be here for their kids. So all of you should be proud of your parents, the organizers, the team out here, and one and all, again, the children out here. I'll take precisely 20 minutes. I assure you I'll not put you on sleep, even though you can try hard, but because I need participation. I'm not here to deliver a lecture, which any one of us can do. So I was told to speak on where we came from, the challenges as a nation we faced, and the challenges of the future, and where are we heading. Can any one of the students explain a difference between a country and a nation? Just think over. There is no right answer, there is no absolute wrong answer. You can, whatever comes in mind, please voice out. Naadu, Desam, இது ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் உள்ள வேற்றுமை. The difference between a country and a nation. Just give a thought. Whatever comes in your mind. Anyone. Parents. Yes, sir. One big round of applause for him. What did you hear? What did you hear? Yeah.
A country is the land area covering, and the nation is made by the people.
One big round of applause for him. What's your name? Thank you. Beautifully told. When we define a country, we define it with borders. To our northeast, we have Arunachal. To our west, we have Rana of Kutch. To our south, we have Kanyakumari. And what's in the north?
Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh.
Yeah, Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh. We still have some more land with our friends which we are yet to retain. We'll do it soon. But when we say a nation, it's built by the people. Who are the people? It's us. So we have a past, we have a present, and we have a very bright future. Past I'll summarize in three things. When the British left us, I always used to tell, because we follow a Western system of education, so it's been misunderstood that British gave us education, British taught us manners, British taught us how to wear a suit, tie, shoes and whatnot. Yes, that's a culture in itself. It's a Western philosophy. But what actually happened in India, when British left, I will give you a homework. Just Google it, okay? Whenever you have a break. Just Google a word called Oxfam research on British loot in India. Can you give a wild guess how much British looted us in terms of material wealth? Today's value close to 45 trillion. And what's our current economy? We are 4 trillion. And we are the fourth largest economy due to dollar devaluation. We are the sixth largest economy. So if that wealth would have been there with us, we would have been the number one power in the world in terms of wealth, in terms of spirituality, in terms of morality, in terms of wisdom, in terms of education, in terms of dharma. Every single sense we would have been number one. So the money which we paid for the so-called suit and the culture we got is quite a lot. So when Britishers left us, 12% of the country was literate. When I say literate, who can write their own names in whatever languages they know. And almost 2/3 of the population was below poverty, which means they were able to afford only one food a day, one meal a day. Imagine yourself, yes, I want you to this practice. Fasting is always good. You can take your parents' guidance and do this. Just try to have one meal a day and continue with your routine work of whatever you study, play, whatever you do. Just do it for a few days and see. And that is how your grandparents and great grandparents started building the modern India which we are today. So one meal a day was there. So next time when we order in Swiggy, when you order in Zomato, when we do food tasting, when we celebrate our birthdays, think 100 times before wasting that food. I am a farmer myself. I know how much of pain it takes to produce food, produce grains. We need to be very, very legitimate about it. I am connecting the past, present and the future. Right? So this is how we started. And unfortunately, when we divided our country basis the religion, the rice bowl of India, the Bengal went to East Pakistan then. The wheat bowl of India, the sizable amount of Punjab went to the West Pakistan. So we were a food shortage nation. By 1960s, we were dependent on IMF aid. And can you just imagine how many lakh people died because of pure hunger in 1960s? Give a wild guess. 20 lakh. Good. Anybody else? Parents? You should tell all these stories to children. It's good to be like, give the rosy picture of what we are today. Definitely we need to revisit our history. Roughly around 3 million people, 30 lakh people died because of pure hunger, because we didn't have food grains. Then we stood up. As a nation, we said we should not be food dependent on anyone. So we went for green revolution. We imported fertilizers, we subsidized this. Agriculture became a mass movement. Swaminathan was the father of green revolution. We became food surplus, and we are food surplus till today. And the entire world was reeling with food shortage in 2020 when we all were, at our homes safely. India gave food to the world. India gave food to Africa. India gave food to Middle East. We saved those many million people from hunger because we were food surplus. So there's another problem which is specifically your parents and your grandparents possibly. So they had something called, we had food, but our kids were malnutritioned, undernourished, because we didn't have enough of calcium and protein. That's when we said we are short of milk. We launched something called milk revolution or white revolution. We became milk surplus, and who is the largest producer of milk in the world today? Anyone? Say it with pride, it's Bharat, it's India. Yeah, India. Why should you hesitate in something which we have achieved? Even if it's wrong, say proudly that we are the one. So that's the history we came in. And then what we missed was actually the industrial revolution. Later in 90s, where your parents exactly stood up, this great generation were into something called the IT revolution. Computers were new. Today you have this, you have bothered about the speed. Those times when they started the internet revolution, by the way, your fathers and your mothers were the founders of internet. Internet became a mass movement because of them. So when you complain of Wi-Fi speed, when you say that we are a millennium kid or a, what do you call that, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, the foundation was laid by your parents. So they went from India to all over the world, to US, to America, to any part of the world. They worked for close to 16 to 18 hours a day, 6 days a week, to build something called the modern India, which we are in today. So what we are reaping today is because of the foundation and the sacrifices which was done by your fathers and your forefathers. In between, we faced 5 wars. Can anybody name year, which all year India fought a war? Now start answering, I'll point out. Otherwise. In such a gathering, the safest place to be, even if you want to sleep, it's here. The parents can't see, I can't see, Swamijis are all focused there. Okay, to make it mild. Just give a wild thought. How many wars we fought and which all year was it? Try. Even one is fine. 71, okay. Anybody else? I want the students to answer.
You go from the reverse.
Okay, we'll go from the reverse. What was the latest war which India fought? It's Operation Sindhu 2025. It's not even a year. We're going to celebrate the first anniversary. How many days the war lasted? 3 days. Who won the war? What is the war which is currently happening? Iran, Israel? Iran, US, okay. There's one more war which has been going on for a long time. What's that? Russia, Ukraine. How many soldiers died in Russia, Ukraine, on both sides, Can somebody give a wild guess? 5 million is overestimated. You will not answer, okay? Let your friends answer it. Anybody else? Just give a wild guess. 2022, 24th of February, this war started. And till date, a rough estimate how many people got killed, how many soldiers laid their life for the both sides, Russia and Ukraine. It's close to 20 lakh soldiers. Never forget the wars your country has fought. That is the gravest mistake you can never do. You know why? If our forefathers would have learnt the mistakes what we did in Mahabharata, we have not been enslaved by Mughals for 600 plus years and British for another 500 years. We lost 1100 years. We became slaves. Do you want to be slaves or your future generation to be slaves in future? In that case, better go through your past. Because the life cycle says, it's science, I'm not giving dharma or gyan, the better people are here to speak about spirituality. Any mistake which you don't learn and understand, you will keep on repeating that mistake. Wars which have been fought is fought with the soldier's blood. We are safe here. Russia, the second largest military power the world has seen, is still fighting with Ukraine. They have a standing army of close to 8 lakh soldiers, 8 to 10 lakh soldiers. Almost everybody is gone. Now they went for transcripts, which means the current Russian army soldiers are basically you. The war service becomes mandatory. None of you, whether you have an option to fight for the country or not, you will be made to fight for the country. The same thing is happening in Ukraine. They lost soldiers. There is no soldiers left. They are fighting with robots. They are fighting with children like, teenagers, 14 to 15, who are not supposed to be in army. But to defend the nation, we have to fight. Kshatriya Dharma is not an option when you go in for a prolonged war. Kshatriya becomes a necessity when there is a war which has been going on for 4 years. Same thing goes for US, Germany, which is supposed to be one of the most peaceful country. Many of you would want to dream of going and settling in possibly a country like Europe, which has got a better life index, happiness index, freedom of speech and whatnot. Germany has called for a mandatory volunteer military services, not even mandatory. 80% of their youth are turning off from the duty because they feel that the war is not a needed thing, and even if a war is there, we are not going to fight for the country. If you don't fight for the country, you can import food, you can import anything, iPads, anything, missiles and everything. Who will fight the war for you? Do you think anybody else will fight the war for India? No. It is us who will fight the war for us. So we have fought 5 wars, 47 right after independence for Kashmir, 62 with China, 65 again with Pakistan to save our western front, 71 to split Pakistan and to make a new independent country which is called Bangladesh, 99 Kargil due to intrusion, 2025 Operation Sindoor. In between 1980s to 90s, 10 years we fought insurgency and militancy in Punjab, and from 1990 till date we are fighting terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and parts of the country, and we have been fighting around 3 to 4 insurgencies in our northeastern states led by the forces out. No country in the history of the world, past, present and future, has faced 5 wars back to back in just 75 years and stood together strong. So whenever you go out, whenever somebody speaks about India, yes, we have bad roads, we have corruption, we have differences in terms of our caste, creed, religion, we have 1,000 issues, so what, every country has it. Bad roads are there in US. There are 3 crore population, 30 million of American citizens who are dependent on food coupons. They are poor. America is the mightiest country in the world in any sense, in military, by my economy or anything. But when something comes to this, in whichever country you go or wherever you live, please take pride in Bharat, because this growth of where we started as a poorest country to where we are as a 4th largest economy, it purely came with sheer strength, grit, determination, blood and sweat of your forefathers, your fathers, your mothers and the current generation you are in. This is not a luxury which was given by God. Doesn't give us, blessed us with so much of minerals and this thing. We are importing gas. In 40 plus days the Strait of Hormuz is shut, and yesterday the gas price went up by 1,000 rupee per cylinder for a commercial one. Very soon we will see it in the retail one which you use in the homes as well. So this is the past. Now where we are in? We are the 4th largest economy. All of you in the hall are comfortable with Tamil enna solluvaanga, swasika kaatru, yes we have, unna unavu we have, udukka udai we have, padukka idam we have a shelter, we are growing into the 3rd level of pyramid, which is called, very famously called Maslow's theory of hierarchy. The first social security need is done, the social need is done, we are chasing our self-esteem, and then after we go to the philosophical world, which is the world, the Western world says, once you achieve everything, give it back. I beg to differ from that. If you read our Dharma, the joy of giving overtakes and supersedes everything and anything in this world. You have knowledge, please share the knowledge. You have wisdom, please share the wisdom. You have money in excess, please share the money. You have food in excess, please share it. That is what makes us a true Bharat. And I'll tell you, you are in the third level of pyramid. Is anybody in this room who's short of food? Actually, we are overeating now. You take a mobile order, 12 o'clock in the night, you want to have a dessert, 3 a.m. in the morning, you want to have a biryani. It's there, everything. You need to be judicial, right? Second is the opportunities. This smartphone which you use is an opportunity. Whether I want to learn quantum engineering or quantum physics, or whether I want to spend 3 hours scrolling the reels of, your favorite actors and actresses, the movies and entertainment, the choice becomes ours. Practically, your schools and colleges are going to become, I would say, an outdated concept. The schools and colleges are already an outdated concept, because if you have the mobile phone and the thirst to win and thirst to learn, you can learn anything. Okay, I'll give you one best example which actually leads into your generation. When Operation Sindoor, when the country was at war, this is the first time India was facing the drone warfare. The first time, even I have never seen when I was in the army. So there are 2 students, second year engineering students from BITS Bilani campus, Hyderabad. So these 2 students were seeing this in the TV and in YouTube and in the social media. They said, why can't we make a drone? One guy was a mechanical engineering student and another guy was an electrical engineering student. They both got together. They went into YouTube, they searched it. They had a basic idea of how to make a drone. It's a frame. How does a drone operate? Some physics student. Which principle the drone or a helicopter operates? Something which lifts up like this. Anyone? Who has got the highest mark in physics? Anybody in physics has got 90 plus? I think most of you. Any engineering, if it is not applied, it's of no use. Theoretical engineering doesn't make any sense. Applied engineering is the only way forward. In engineering principle, if you learn, if you don't know how to apply it, then better don't read engineering or study engineering. It's called Bernoulli's theorem. Right? So these guys learned Bernoulli's theorem in the college and they went into YouTube, they researched, they got a drone structure. This is how a drone should fly. But they don't know how to build a drone. They randomly Googled, went into Amazon, went into Alibaba, bought the components here and there. It has a BLDC motor, it has a frame, it has fins. They tried something and they made a design in the hostel room after their college hours. And then slowly they built, whatever pocket money had, they built a drone. And then they had to test the drone. They went into the roof of the college hostel, they tested the drone. And they achieved the speed which they wanted. Now they don't know where to actually go and present this. So they went into LinkedIn, created a profile. This is a professional site where once you graduate to college, most of you guys will use it. So there they went in and then they searched and then they approached few retired army officers like me, Air Force officers. So this is what you got, we want to present it to the army. They were picked up by one of an officer. They went to Chandigarh, that's where our drone test happens. They flew. So in Indian Army, we had a gap, which is a drone which goes into the enemy at a much faster pace, which works in a GPS denied environment. Even if a GPS doesn't work, it should work in that, and it should travel a bit long. This was the need, and this drone specifically they addressed it. The prototype was successful. They went into starting up a startup company. The Indian Army placed the order for close to 1,000 drones in next 2 months, and they are entrepreneurs and millionaires. And what's their age? Less than 20. Second year engineering students. This fire is what Vivekananda ji spoke 100 years before, 1,000 years after. Be fearless. Be absolutely fearless. Fearlessness in your generation, sometimes it becomes arrogance. There is a difference between arrogance and fearlessness. Be fearless, also be humble. The one thing I learned very strongly in my life, if you don't be humble yourself, life will teach you humbleness in one other way. Prime Minister, President, whoever of this country, everybody can be replaced. Right? So this is the core principle which you are in. We need problem solvers. We need innovators from your generation. We don't need programmers, coders. Your father's generation is over. Your mother's generation is over. We don't need programming and coding that can be done by AI, Claude or any other GPTs, right? We need innovators. Think big. Think really big. Don't think of, having a startup, something like a Blinkit or Zomato where you aggregate a service and call it as a startup. No. Think for global solutions. Think absolutely big. To think absolutely big, we need to decolonize our mind. We are still following a Western education systems which teaches sir. It's good to respect your seniors as sir and ma'am, nothing wrong about it, because we are a globalized world. We cannot have our own this thing. Calling ayah is also fine. But mentally, if somebody says that you are not capable of this, please challenge it. In my age, I couldn't, because I had a commitment. I had a passion towards serving my country. My mind was clear in possibly my third year of my college. This is where I want to go, and this is what I want to do. I've been there, done that, came back, and I'm doing what I'm passionate about. Right? Now I'll tell you 2 disruptors you have. Can one of you tell me what disturbs you the most in your generation? Yeah. What is disturbing you the most? Instagram. Good. One big round of applause for him. He called it out. Others Instagram or your Instagram? Okay, good. Anything else? YouTube. Okay. Apart from YouTube, what else? Facebook, social media. We'll cover YouTube, Insta, TikTok, which is luckily banned, and social media. What else than social media? Anybody? Parents, you can help them out. What you are facing with your children? What is the biggest problem? Screen time. So that's all linked to the social media. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Critical thinking. Okay. Anything else? Patient to nationalism. Okay. Respect, it differs from generation to generation. There is a generational gap. The way I respect my seniors, the way we respect, and the way they respect us. If they call you bro, that's a respect. The language changes. Laziness, okay. Okay, if you notice whatever your parents said and whatever you said, all trickles down to one thing. Smartphone. Now I'll take this advice or take this warning very seriously. The average screen time of the globe is roughly around 3.5 hours a day. The average screen time of Indians is roughly around 6 hours plus a day. It was high during COVID because all of us were confined to one place. It was a fair deal across the world, but as the world opened up, we are still stuck with COVID era. Right? All the big social media companies, your Facebook, your Insta, both owned by Meta, your Google, anything, they experiment on us because we are the largest social media using population in the world, 90 crore plus. We have 80 crore plus social media accounts. Europe, America, and part of Africa put together, the number is less. Unfortunately, the biggest strength of India today, what's the biggest strength of India today? Young India. So almost 40% of almost 50% of the country is less than 30. Okay. Now, on a 140 crore population, roughly if we have around 30 crore youngsters, and if we have to take you off, if I'm your enemy. Okay, I have to kill your generation. I need an army which is 10 times stronger than US. I need to sacrifice so much of people, or I need to spend into billions and billions of dollars in disrupting this, or I can just kill your productivity. 4 hours of your time, if it goes into your mobile, and especially into your entertainment, your endless scrolling, the scrolling is based on algorithm. This algorithm differs from country to country. I have done a research in TikTok for close down to 3 years in my life. 3 years. Till now, my eyesight is 6/6, but I have started having those eyesight issues because of my mobile usage. Yes, there is a profession which I have I got a YouTube channel and so, but majorly the research clearly said the algorithm works in China very differently than in India. Similarly, Facebook and Meta, the algorithm works in US very differently than in India. If you are involved in junk, you become a junk. I didn't tell this, Vivekananda ji said this. What you are, what you think is what you become. Whether to become a junkie or whether to become a smarty lies with you. So your mobile phone addiction is the one single danger which you face in your generation. If you are glued to your phones, you don't have your social life. Human being is a social animal. Have you seen your dogs busy with screens? Few dogs, I think the parents made them to do it. But in generally, no other species on the earth is busy with a mobile phone or a screen. Or it is addicted to anything. You see a sparrow, you see a crow, it has social life, it has its family, it goes out, flies, fights. You observe a bird. It doesn't only eat and survive. It doesn't. It's got a life. You people are lacking that life. That's what ma'am clearly told. You're socially isolated. If you become socially isolated, you become emotionally weak. If you become emotionally weak, you're already defeated. Health is not absence of disease. Health is not having a six-pack. Health is not having a flat ab and a very complex glowing skin. That's not health. Health is just not that. That's all Western concept. Your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and your emotional health. All these 4 pillars put together makes you a healthier and unhealthy person. You may spend 2 hours in a gym, or you may play 2 hours of badminton, sweat, be extremely physically fit. Yes, that's one part of it. For your generation, the major problem is the emotional health. The emotional health is linked with this mobile phone. Take it as a brotherly advice. Control it. Limit the usage. Entertainment cannot be a life. If we have 24 hours, 8 hours goes to sleep and 10 hours goes to a profession which is studies. Another 4 hours, 5 hours goes to socialization. Maybe an hour goes into this. If it's the other way, then we are losing big time. In this camp, which they'll make you interact with humans, they'll teach you what spirituality means, they'll teach you what emotions means, physical activity. If any one of you have a withdrawal syndrome, in the sense, I'm not able to focus here because of my mobile, please take some counseling. Speak to your parents. And parents, I'm just telling you, this is a generational problem. Don't take it on your kid. This is a generational problem. The generational problem has to be addressed scientifically, not by shouting at them. If one of the kid comes and tells you, yes, I'm not able to focus on the camp because I'm missing my mobile, smartphone, yes, that means either we are already addicted to it or we are in the path of getting addicted to it. Both are dangerous. But there are smart ways of coming out. Okay? So the last thing which I would tell is about your physical health, because physical health is directly correlated to your mental health. Why we need to go out and play. Why we need to literally go and sweat ourselves is for one reason. How many of you would want to join the defense forces? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this all followers? The guy who raises the hand first, the girl who raises the hand, all likely they'll end up in defense. How much mark you score? What's the average mark you score? Percentage? 74. 70, you are at my level. You will definitely make it big, don't worry. It's not about how much marks you get. I'll tell you the Indian Army's physical standards. When a soldier graduates or an officer graduates, we run 40 kilometers after a 7-day camp with less than 3 hours sleep a day, sleep deprived 7 days, hard camp, 40 kilometers, 30 kg of backpack, a 7 kg of rifle, roughly a battle load of 35 kgs, 40 kilometers in less than 5.5 hours. This is the physical standard which we have. We run a 5 kilometer with roughly around 10 kgs of load in a combat gear in less than 25 minutes. Right? So this is the military fitness. You don't have to be at a military fitness. I'll give you a simple fitness test. You've been sitting here for almost close to 30 minutes now. I got a soldier from Assam regiment who's my buddy, who's been standing, in Soudan for so much. He's battle injured, by the way. I'll just give you a simple fitness test to check yourself. Can you do it? Fine. Don't anchor your hand. Just try to get up without any support. How many of you took support?
Raise hands.
Think of your fitness. You're getting unfit. Sit down. Parents, you can also try it. This is the basic. I have to stand up. This is not even fitness. This is called mobility. Okay? So the golden rule at your age, like 15, 16, no amount of beauty cream, your creatins, your whey proteins, you name anything which is available off the shelf today can give you what I am telling you. 30 minutes you have to sweat, a minimum. Dancing, Zumba, Bharatanatyam, game, contact sports, running, jogging, walking, whichever format, human beings are supposed to sweat 30 minutes a day. And don't say, even for the parents, for whatever age, 2019, okay, when the COVID happened, 2020, I run a lot, till at least last year. So I happened to meet a old lady. She was like 62. Every day she used to see me, she used to smile. One day she stopped me, can I run? I said, how much of running have you done in your life, ma'am? She said, no, I want to start. And I told her few tips which I learned, who were coached and mentored me. Exactly in 1 year, she ran 5 kilometers in less than 30 minutes. And she's an excellent runner who's been doing Chennai Marathon. She started at 61. So don't give that lame excuse of, I don't find time for me. Because the body is the place where we reside in, right? The body is the place where we reside in. If we can't give 30 minutes of our time to our physical fitness, I'm sorry, boss. You may become a CEO of Microsoft. You may be a CEO of a startup unicorn. That all comes later. At the current age is the investment. The current age is the investment. The amount of abuse I do to my body, I am able to withstand it because of the investment which I have done at your age. Right? So make physical activity mandatory. 30 minutes is bare minimum. 1 hour is desirable. If study or this comes in, my plus 2 exam comes. I used to play cricket for 3 hours just before the day of my plus 2 exam. If you think that the last day if I study I'll make wonders, I'll score 100 out of 100 in my plus 2 exam, the answer is no. My IIT JEE coaching, I'll postpone it next year. I'm doing NEET, I'll postpone it next year. This scientifically proves when you sweat, it gives you an happy hormone. The happy hormone helps you keep your mood better. The better mood, you learn better, in less amount of time. So have no compromise on this physical activity. The threat we are going to see in the future lies in the mobile phone. Your generation is spoiled and you are going to face, which is very, very uncertain, which the world is already facing, is called artificial intelligence. Things are very, very competitive. Take life a bit more seriously. Don't be transactional. Give and take does work, but give and take doesn't work with relationship. The more and more we become transactional, the more and more weaker as a nation we become. We, as a geopolitical analyst, which I have been like, that's my passion, which I've invested 20 years of my life studying the global politics, past, present, history, and the future. I'll tell you, India-China war is going to come. Maybe a matter of 10 years, maybe a matter of 15 years, we don't know. But the dispute between the two rivals, the India and China, will eventually has to settle through a war. Don't think that I'm warmongering, because that is where we have to face. When we have our 13 lakh soldiers guarding us, brothers and sisters guarding us today, we cannot expect them to be guarding us forever. So physical fitness is mandatory, and don't be transactional. Don't be that crib makers. My country doesn't have this, my street doesn't have this, my street doesn't have this. Do something that can change things. It may be as simple as not littering, to as much as, creating a revolution like Vivekananda ji. Right? So children, live life king size, queen size, absolutely fine. You have got everything, your parents are providing you everything with the best possible things in the world. But remember, why Bharat's rise as a superpower is needed, why it's essential for a safer world, is because this is the only country in this world who follow dharma. We are afraid of karma. If I do a bad thing, something will happen to me or to my children. If I do something good to me, we say pavam punyam, right? The world doesn't believe in this. We have a different concept in terms of religions. Only when a dharmic leader heads the world will we be at peace. That's a simple reason. If the world has to ever to be at peace without wars, India has to lead the world. And India has to lead the world by another next 20 years. So at next 20 years, you will be at the prime of your age, which is like 35 to 40, you will be driving this country. So keep this fundamentals, the history where we came from. When you call them a boomer generation, think that the boomer generation is the one which gave you the internet, who spent 16 to 18 hours, 6 days a week, traveling from here till abroad, what not. They used to come here on leave, pack idli podis and pickles and whatnot, put it in the luggage and go back just to save that money. And that money is our today's GDP. Never ever forget this. Never ever forget your soldiers' sacrifice. Okay, never ever forget the threats we face as a country. We have been blessed with two great neighbors. One side Pakistan, and which has got a nuclear weapon. The other side is China, which has again got a nuclear weapon. No other country is facing such a threat like India. We are safe. We feel confident. We feel wired. When I had a school discussion where somebody asked, why did we even need army? Why did we spend so much on army? It is because of the spending and the sacrifices of the soldiers. We are safe because we are just 3,500 kilometers away from the conflict zone. And tomorrow when Operation Sindoor or some war happens, this drone can fly and hit any one of us. Nobody, no Ukrainian in the wildest of the dream would have thought some drone will come and struck us, we'll be in bunkers. Nobody in Dubai, which is supposed to be the most safest and the most globalized place, happiest place, secure place in the world, will have a drone hitting their, doors and windows. So don't take safety or security of this country as a given one. It's not given, we are protecting. And you need to protect it. So you don't have to be wearing the uniform, all of us, no. We need innovators, we need problem solvers. That's where we are in. So I conclude this. I took a bit of time, another 15 minutes of time. I hope I have not bored you. Hope I am not given a boomer lecture to you. I have given you the reality, picture of reality. I pray to my Kuladevam. I pray to my Ishtadevam Meenakshi Amman. She bless you all with happiness, health, wealth, prosperity, and keep our country safe. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for that powerful and motivating address. Your words have surely ignited a sense of purpose among all of us. We now invite Swami Raghunayakananda Ji Maharaj, who is the manager of Sri Ramakrishna Math, Chennai, for the special address. Over to you, Maharaj.
I'm not going to give you any special address. So at the outset, I thank all the parents for joining your wards into this summer camp. Yesterday when I was sitting in my office, one mother came to me and said that I'm so happy because few years back, I put my daughter in the summer camp. Her name is Nandini. So she learned how to manage digital distraction. I'm so proud about it, she said. And now there is a summer camp is going on in Chennai Ramakrishna Mutt from the 3rd standard to 7th standard, 8th to 12th standard here. So now the younger one was there. She came to drop the younger one there. She said this. Why I'm saying this, and at the same time, the evening one more parent came. So morning I put my children in the summer camp, but they're only teaching some Vedic chants and the bhajans and some storytelling and all. Will they not teach baseball? Then I said, but if we're learning a baseball, there are so many other institutions. Why don't you think in a different line? If your children or if your son or daughter doesn't learn how to handle the digital distraction, in the future, if he or she is not able to come out, what would it have been? That is what we are saying, that this camp will address such issues in the future where they're in a position they cannot come out from those problems. So they learn the solutions now itself so that they'll be able to mold their life how to face these challenges. That is what basically the camp is meant for this. You might not have learned that basic baseball or something else, but the challenges of life. So our Major Madan Kumarji so beautifully explained. I thought probably this time is not meant for him actually. He would have taken a special classroom. So 1 hour, 1.5 hours, then he would have been right to understand. During the inauguration time, it is not correct time for him actually. So what I want to say is that in 2040, Vikasit Bharat are saying 2040, so India is going to lead the whole world. If this younger generation probably would be in their major prime youth, if they don't equip themselves to be the part of that guiding, India is going to guide the whole world, so definitely they would feel sad about it. When the whole India is guiding the whole world, what I am doing? So parents should have a responsibility to equip their children to be the part of that guiding India, which is going to guide the whole world. So nowadays they are talking about economic dividend. Because the population of the below 35 years, you have a 30 crores of the population, and these people set their youth energies into the action. Thereby we get the economic dividend. And your children doesn't participate in that getting the economic dividend, definitely you feel sad about it. That is much more worsening sad than why my child is not able to come out of the digital distraction, why my child is not getting job, why my child is not getting married. This mental agony is very less than not contributing, sitting ideally for the development of the country or guiding whole world. Please remember this. What I am trying to say, hope you understand this. Whether your child get out of the digital distraction or whether your child scored good marks or whether your child get a seat in BITS Pilani or Madras IIT, because after 20 years these children will be in prime youth, probably now 16 or 17, they will be in 37, below 40, and the entire world is looking at the Bharat. And your children is sitting ideally, what is that country? What is that? Why the world is looking at the Bharat? They don't even think in that lines. Definitely it is a very, very the biggest mental ego for the children. That is why the biggest role the parents needs to take on their wards. And you think more of putting in these summer camps. Because the summer camp, Ramakrishna Mutt summer camps doesn't teach only the Vedic chanting and bhajans. See now the Major Madan Kumar, such a beautifully inspired the children, the sense of patriotism. And then the same parents, they go to America and say that, streets are so clean and neat. When their own children, after taking the chocolate, throwing the paper on the road, they don't direct the children. Right? Put it in dustbin. Why you don't say that? Because we are not encouraging our children to get that pride, the national pride. So neither the national pride we have, nor at least our own family pride also, they should carry the legacy. That also they are not doing it. That's why you give much attention. In Sanskritam there is a shlokam, Lalayet Panchavarshani, Tadayet Shodasha Varshani. First 5 years you have to take care of the children, so give all your love and affection. From the 6th to 16th, you have to be Tadayet. Tadayet means not literally you have to beat them. You have to teach them all which are required to mold their character. So said, Madanji said, dharma. What is the dharma? Because we have given dharma means something abhuta kalpana. Dharma ella practice pannave mudiyadu in the kalatala. So respect, let's say respect. So Madanji said, respect varies from generation to generation. So earlier in the Appan Kupulyana, parents used to feel sad because that was culture. Now you are not bothering, even if you are calling mom or dad also, you are just okay with it, or bro also. Some of the parents, children, they don't call parents appa amma. With the name only they are calling. Even then it's okay. But it doesn't mean that if you are able to teach that culture, it is fine. But don't worry that, they are not calling like this. But try to teach the culture, no doubt about it. But these things are not very, very important now. But at the same time, don't put me in a block list. Swamiji says, appa amma kupulena parvali and sonanga and solli. You don't create big posters. But the trends are like this only. And you give him what you're supposed to give. Sense of pride, sense of nationalism, sense of, you have to equip yourself with a good personality. Personality doesn't mean 6-pack and 7-pack. What Madanji said. Physically strong, mentally strong, spiritually strong, emotionally strong. You check in those lines whether your children are like this or not. That is a very, very important. The parent's role is much bigger than, what children they're supposed to be now. You think in that line and see that, your children, next 2020, India is going to lead the whole world. What is my children's contribution in that? Think about that lines. If my children doesn't contribute, that agony, the mental agony is much more than, now he is not getting good marks. He is not, getting up in the morning. He is not calling me, he is not respecting me. These things doesn't matter then. So I pray to Almighty that, you should also learn these kind of ideas so that your children will be able to learn, and the Almighty should give you strength and courage, and to the children also strength and courage, so that you will be able to the best citizens of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your enlightening and inspiring message. Now it's time to felicitate our chief guest. To do the honors, may I request Swami Raghunayakananda Ji Maharaj to hand over a token of gesture to our chief guest. Can we all put our hands together?